Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
Good morning. It's time to go shopping for stocks. Dan Koh is here to help tell us whether the names making headlines are worth your investment. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Audrey, and happy October.
Happy October.
Are you looking forward to the new month?
Yeah, I am. Lots to look forward to always.
Yep, it's a refresher for, I think, most of us. So welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we find out whether the stock we're talking about is going to be hot or not.
Yeah.
Okay, Audrey, now I'm sure you're going to enjoy this segment because you like shopping, don't you?
Oh, yeah, my favorite thing.
Oh, yes. Have you ever shopped for handmade jewelries or maybe some handicraft stuff?
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah?
I have bought things on Etsy. Mm-hmm. I bought a personalized Christmas stocking.
Ooh.
With our family name on it.
Oh, nice.
And I also got calligraphy for my wedding.
Yeah?
From Etsy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they sell this kind of stuff. I thought it was just another e-commerce site like, I don't know, Alibaba or like the other e-commerce sites.
I think what you said was right, that they have a lot of homemade things.
Yeah.
And so for people who have the skills, like really nice penmanship and stuff like that, they could actually sell handwritten cards or more personalized things. Something that you want specifically, they would actually tailor it to you.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So I guess for many, it could be considered as a home for, some might say, weird and creative. But for others, it could be something very useful. I mean, if you're looking for the next good gift for your partner
That's
or
right.
your friend. But now it seems like Etsy is making headlines for something a lot bigger than just their mugs, Audrey. In just the past week, an announced collaboration with OpenAI and a move from the Nasdaq to the New York Stock Exchange.
Wow.
So the stock certainly has surged on the news. So we're going to find out what exactly is going on and why it matters to all the investors.
Yeah, and let's not forget that Etsy is not just about quirky items. They have about 90 million buyers and over 7 million active sellers that are using the platform. So that's a huge community-driven kind of ecosystem.
Yeah.
And it's one of the very few e-commerce sites where small creators can stand against the bigger retail trends, I think.
It does seem a little bit focused, and it does seem like the services that they offer to a specific demographics. But that's a pretty interesting place that we're moving into today. So let's talk about the stock move first, which Etsy recently announced that it will end its Nasdaq listing on October 10th and begin trading on the New York Stock Exchange on October 13th. And it's seen as a symbolic shift, often a way for companies to elevate their profile among institutional investors. So that news also came on the back of Etsy announcing its partnership with OpenAI, launching a brand new feature inside ChatGPT called Instant Checkout.
Oh.
Do you use AI to shop for your stuff these days, Audrey?
No, I don't. But the words instant checkout sounds very dangerous for people like me.
Yeah.
I would just start buying things immediately.
Oh dear. Someone take the credit card away from her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so basically this lets US users buy Etsy products directly inside the chat without being redirected to a website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's a pretty cool feature because I've tried searching up, or shopping through ChatGPT before, and they're able to list down for you, some of the items with their price tags at the most valued price point.
Okay.
So by being given that option for, users who might be looking for a specific set of Etsy product, I think this might make waves for them. So payments are powered by Stripe, while the feature starts with single item purchases. And OpenAI said it will slowly start to expand to multi-item carts in the near future. So the double punch of a prestigious stock move and cutting-edge AI partnership does seem like it's injecting fresh momentum into Etsy's story. And it matters because, number one, it boosts discovery for Etsy. After all, like what you've rightly mentioned earlier, Etsy's millions of sellers and items can now surface naturally in AI conversations. That's potentially reaching users who might never have gone to Etsy before.
Okay.
So secondly, it also removes friction. Instead of clicks, redirects, or cart pages, all you need to do is just find and buy in a single cart.
Okay.
It sounds so dangerous for you, Audrey.
Yes, it does. It does.
Oh, dear. So yes, it could lift conversion rates for Etsy. And thirdly, it positions them as an early mover in AI-powered commerce. If conversational shopping takes off, Etsy pretty much has a seat on the table.
Yeah. So it's important to know that Etsy is actually not entirely new to AI. They've been using machine learning internally for many years.
Yep.
The kind of curation, blending algorithms with human picks to personalize more shopping. So this is just pushing that strategy forward.
Yeah, certainly so. And I think it's a good innovation or a good step forward for them on the tech front, especially with lots of these companies beyond just e-commerce, right, taking on AI and integrating into their operations. I think this is certainly one to watch. So it does also prove that, if it works out for them, the model that Etsy is piloting could likely become a template for the entire industry, in fact. So it isn't exactly a random experiment. Etsy has tried this out before using AI internally, what it calls an algotorial curation. That's by combining algorithms and editorial picks to personalize shopping. What's your experience like on Etsy?
I think it's actually pretty amazing. I would just search for one thing. And, just like a lot of sites nowadays, they would actually give you picks of what they think that you need. And it would recommend you to other products that go hand in hand with the product you're looking at. So I think this is what the personalized shopping really is about, is to tailor it to what they think that you would like. And most of the time for me, it works.
Yeah. And it's amazing because you don't want to go through the hassle of having to sieve through all these other products that you don't use or don't want. And it's proving to be a timely move as rivals like Amazon and Shopify are starting to race to embed AI more deeply into their shopping habits. So investors seem to be quite excited at the idea of directly connecting Etsy to ChatGPT's estimated 700 million weekly active users. And Etsy's shares jumped nearly 16% to $74.34, their highest level since early 2024. But unfortunately, Audrey, it seems like the stock dropped sharply overnight, marking a pullback from its surge after, Wall Street sized up the impact of the e-commerce firm's new partnership with ChatGPT creator OpenAI. And analysts did caution that while they're encouraged to see Etsy adapting, agentic commerce and see this as a small potential gross merchandise sales driver, the roughly 16% move seems overdone and far less clear if agentic commerce is Etsy's friend or foe over the long term.
Right. I think there's some execution risk here because instant checkout sounds like a great idea for them, but it's still very experimental. And if buyers don't find it smooth or if it doesn't move forward fast enough, if it stays limited to the single item purchase, it might not scale.
Exactly. It does seem like it's still in its infancy stages, but it does also show that at least they're moving with times. The fall in Etsy's share price also comes on the back of, consumer confidence index falling by 94.2 in September, the lowest reading since April, and the decline was attributed to growing pessimism among Americans regarding inflation and a weakening job market. So people tightening their purse strings, maybe even spending less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also think that for a lot of the stuff on Etsy, this is just a very blanket statement, but it's usually the nice to haves and not stuff that you want,
Exactly.
right? It's that homemade bracelet. It's stuff that you wouldn't necessarily need, and so it's easier to bring that kind of shopping back.
I guess more for the sentimentals, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, the bull case for Etsy, all in all, we have to consider that its prestige and, its increasing visibility. The move to, NYSE would likely boost Etsy's profile.
Okay.
And their AI step is also proving to be a growth channel for them, as well as the fact that its brand synergy is often associated with, Etsy's identity as a home of unique. Those are some of the factors that are likely to help them present a bull case to investors. Bear case wise, it's still in its infancy stages. Consumer spending pressure might weigh on their margins. And also, given the fact that sellers may hesitate if fees rise or they lose control of customer relationships by selling through ChatGPT, that might be a factor that may affect them. So all in all, I guess, having considered the factors of Etsy, and given that, this is still quite new, I would still probably go with a hot.
Oh, very generous of you.
What say you?
I think that it's just such a crowded space. There are so many, we're talking about Amazon, we're talking about Shopify. I think that if you're a long-term investor, it's a speculative buy with upside if AI commerce does take off. But when it comes to the short term, I think you can still expect some volatility.
Yeah.
And I'm going on the more cautious hold, I think.
Oh, that's fair. It's new. There's something new coming from you with shopping. Well, as of the 1st of October, we've got Tip Ranks, Yahoo, and Barron's all giving it a buy rating.
Oh, okay.
That would wrap it up for analysis of today's Stock in Focus, Etsy. Okay, Audrey, fun facts about Etsy. Do you know how the name came about?
No, I have no idea.
Inspired by the Italian phrase "esi," which also means "oh yes," the founders, including Rob Callin, wanted a name that felt unique and imaginative.
Okay.
So while this is the most widely shared origin story, the true inspiration felt like the name behind Etsy might be a mystery to this day.
Okay.
Yeah, so how do you cheer up a puppy that lost its tail?
Oh no, that's so sad.
Yeah.
You give it a bone?
Retail therapy.
Oh my God.
Okay, guess what Apple's calling their new island that they bought online?
The Island.
Island. And that's all we have for Etsy.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance.
Money FM 89.3